Morning, when I was walking in Shek Kip Mei Park, I heard a very strange voice. I wasn't paying attention at first, but the other night, when I was walking in Shek Kip Mei Park with my friends, I heard that voice again. So I started to be confused. I started to be interested in that voice. I wanted to know where it came from and what is that. So we stopped and start our observation. And this is the place we find the voice. And actually, at first we think it may be some kind of machine, but then we found that the sound is erratical, so we draw the conclusion that it should be some kind of creature. But according to the voice, we think it might be some very big animal, but in that very small area, we cannot imagine that this large creature can live there, and we cannot even find their we cannot even recognize them. So my friend and I first suspect that it could be a frog, because the frog usually lives in this kind of environment, and then we just search some Google the voice of frog, and then we find out it's totally different. So this is not frog, but what that is. So we continue. I also find that in our campus, some places in our campus we can also hear that voice, and I also asked some of my friends, my classmates, but they don't know where it comes from. And up to now, I still cannot find the creature itself. So this remains a secret for us to discover. Come here again, and we try to find out what that creature really is. And then we found a frog on down the street. So we follow that frog, and then we come back here again, and we climbed through these railings, and we were able to see what is inside that well. And to our surprise, we found two frogs there, a very small. So I started to think, is that the two frogs making that kind of sound? But why the sound can be so strong, so loud, and they are only this small? So my question is that really the frogs making that kind of sound? And if they really do, why those very small creatures can make such a big and strong voice? And another question is that why they make this kind of strange voice, and it is very different from the normal one. And why do they have that kind of sound in the raining days, not the normal days? And as we can observe that there are also some water in that well, and it is also wet. Why raining changes their action? So maybe we can go there and have a look. My suspect to my first question, why they are such small creature but they can able to make that large and strong voice, is that maybe because they have this very special mouth structure. So that special structure can make them make a very large sound, just like when we play the instruments are usually very small, but they can have a very loud and beautiful voice. And my suspect to my second and third question is that the frogs, they are very sensitive to the humidity of the environment. So when there is a rain, the humidity suddenly changes, and they detect it. So they have a very strange reaction to this sudden change.